but I wanted to highlight that tonight because it's actually, I think it's, in terms of a practical go-to in the moment kind of forgiveness process, I think this is pretty good. So we're not there yet. Let me just give the general overview on forgiveness. So as I mentioned, just keep in mind that forgiveness is something we do by ourselves, for ourselves. The other person's participation is not required and may in fact be counterproductive. Keep in mind that, as we said in chapter 6, everyone thinks they're right. Thus, the other person may not agree with your assessment that what they've done is wrong. It's all based on perspective, perception, and we all see the world differently. So what I interpret as being offensive or even harmful, the other person probably doesn't see it that way. The other person, for whatever reason, thinks that they were justified in doing what they did, and all of that. So that's why this is something we do by ourselves, for ourselves. And ultimately, what we're trying to do is change our mind about ourselves and about the other person. Now, as I said several times, we have to change how we see ourselves in that relationship, in that situation. If I still see myself as in danger, if I still see the other person as harmful, potentially harmful or abusive, we may not want to forgive them because we may be setting ourselves up for more harm in that situation. So you got to do all that stuff first. You got to make sure you know how to take care of yourself. You got to make sure that you're safe. And then if the intention is to be free of those resentments, to be free of those grievances, then we take these processes and we begin to work them in our own mind and in our own heart. Again, with the intention to forgive, to release, to let go of the past, not for anybody else, but for us, because forgiveness is good for us. Freeing ourselves from our past is the only way we can move into our future. The only way to create a new life is to let go of the old life, to let go of the past. Now, again, it may mean that we don't hang out with those people anymore. It may mean that we don't allow them in our lives in the same way and all of that. But what we're letting go of are the resentments, the grievances, the bad feelings, the anger, the stuff that poisons us. Remember, prolonged, extended periods of anger, of resentment can affect our health, can affect certainly our mental health, but also our physical health, amongst other things. So we're doing this for us. We want to be free of our past. Now, I guess potentially if the other person comes to us and apologizes and acknowledges their part in things, then you can include them in some way in this process. I think it's more effective, certainly if the other person, we know the other person's not on board, is just to leave them out of it entirely and do it internally. It's something, we do in ourselves, within ourselves, in our own hearts and minds. And then when we go back to deal with them, to be in relationship with them, we work on our boundaries. We work on healthy ways to take care of ourselves in that relationship going forward. So that I found is good if I have a long-standing, ongoing relationship with somebody. And then the second one is very helpful in the moment. So peace be with you. Let there be perfect harmony and understanding between us. I release you in light and love. I give you all the blessings of life which are mine to give. I am free, you are free, and we are one in the heart and mind of God. God, spirit, love, whatever word you want to use there. Now, I found for me, this is like really good when I'm in traffic and somebody cuts me off. Somebody, a stranger, somebody I don't know, instead of feeling resentful, forming a grievance against that person who I probably may never see again, having this in the back of my head, and you could just, it could just be peace be with you. I give you all the blessings of life which are mine to give. I release you in light and love. It could be as simple as that. And what that does is it shifts our focus, it shifts our intention, it shifts our pattern of thinking and feeling. We take our power back. We're no longer a victim because we're wishing them well. We're releasing them in light and love. We're proclaiming them the blessings of life which are ours to give. That is good for us. That helps us. And because it takes me out of victim mode, it takes me out of giving my power away. Somebody cutting me off in traffic used to ruin my whole day. I'm driving to work, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, somebody cuts me off. Now I'm resentful, I'm angry, I go to my job, I'm angry and resentful, I interact with other people that way, and it just builds. Whereas if in the moment, when it happens, I stop that train, that resentment train, that grievance train, and instead I say, peace be with you, let there be perfect harmony and understanding between us, I release you, I let you go, I free you. And by freeing you, by freeing them, we're freeing ourselves. So this is why it's good for us. We still take care of ourselves. We still do whatever we need to do to be safe. We still set boundaries and all the things that we've been talking about. And then once we've done all of that and we know we're safe, we know we're good, then we can work on letting go of that resentment, letting go of that grievance, letting go of the ill feelings that make us sick. And that can ruin our day.